So today we'll learn about one of the concept in data warehouse, that is slowly changing dimension. Okay.
Yeah.
Slowly changing dimension. Here are different types of slowly changing dimensions are there. Let's learn about type 1 dimension. Okay. Slowly changing dimension, we call it as SCD type 1. Okay. The first type is SCD type 1. Okay. So this is nothing but SCD. Okay. And that different types of different types of dimensions will be there. So the first one we'll learn about is SCD type 1. Here, what we'll do is, for example, let me open the employee file. Okay. Where is the employee file? Let me just go to training here. You will not have it. This is the employee file. Okay. So let's take it and let's try to load the data. This one. Okay. Let's try first name, last name. Okay. Birth date, email address, gender, and then salary. Let's copy all of this, then paste it here. Okay. Can't paste it like this. So do this, 2 columns. Copy paste area are not the same size. Okay. So let's take only 10 records out of it, so that we will be very clear. And then what we want, hire date, birth date, email address for 10 records. Okay. And then what do we need? Gender. And then salary.
Yeah.
This is first name, last name, then you have hire date and then birth date. And here, let's have it as employee ID. Let's consider this as an employee table. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's consider this as an employee file because we are having the data in a file. So let's consider it as an employee. Okay. And this is slowly changing dimension, type 1. And for an employee table, how you will load the data? Let's see. Employee ID, first name, last name. Okay. All of this data is there.
Yeah.
So employee ID, let's take it as some unique number. Let's give for all the employees. Okay. So now, what is slowly changing dimension is nothing but when you are loading the data into the target, first you will check if the data is available in the target. If it is there, you will go ahead and update it. If it is not there, you will go ahead and insert it. So what is SCD type 1? First, it will check. Okay. It will check if data is available in the target. Target means where you are loading the data. Source is nothing but from where you are getting the data. Okay. So whenever you are trying to load the data for employee ID 1, it will go and check in the target table where you want to load the data. If employee ID 1 is already there. If it is there, okay, it will check in the target. Okay. If it is there, what it will do? It will go ahead and update the data. Okay. If it is not there, what it will do?
Insert the data.
It will insert the data. Because you don't want to insert the data multiple times, right? As of now, what we are doing, we are just going ahead and inserting the data multiple times. We are not updating it if in case if you are getting the same record. Okay. So for the first time, for example, this is source employee file. Okay, this is source employee file. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what you have to do, load the data into target. So what is your target table name? What name you will give? It is a dimension or a
Employee
fact?
table.
Is it a dimension or a fact? Employee table.
Employee table is a fact.
It's a dimension because it is giving details about you, right? Because it is giving the characteristics of a person or what kind of details a person can have in your organization. Okay, so it is an employee. Okay, as it is an employee data, I'm naming it as an employee. As it is a dimension, okay, I'm marking it as dim. Dim is nothing but dimension. Data warehouse, you will call this with this name. Okay, whenever you want to define any dimension, normally you will name it as prefix it with dim, and then you will give the proper name, which data you want to store. So here I want to store the employee data. So I have given employee, and then I'm prefixing it with dim. It refers to dimension. So directly you are saying like this is a dimension table. Okay. So now you will store for employee ID, you will store it as EMPID. Okay. For first name, last name, we'll make it as employee name because you will combine both of these. Okay. And then hire date. Okay. Then birth date, and then email address, gender. Okay. Salary. Okay. Now you will have all these columns. What you have to do here for employee ID? First, it will go and check for this record. Is this record there in the target?
No.
No, it is not there. So what it will do?
It will insert the data.
It will insert the data. So what we will do here is, let's add create date, modify date, or update date. Okay.
Yeah.
So what it will refer to? What is created date?
When the data has been created.
When the data has been created. What is updated date?
When you update the data,
it will get updated. So whenever you are inserting for the first time, which column you will populate?
Created date.
Created date. Updated date will populate it as null normally. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can populate it with the creation date only. For the first time, you will have both create date and update date as same. But next time, whenever any update is coming, what you will do? You'll just go ahead and update this create date or only update date or both.
Only we create the created.
Only we go ahead and update the update date. Because it was created long back, because it is not getting created at that point of time, right? So you don't touch it. You don't touch this particular column. So you will touch this particular column. Okay. You will touch this particular column. When you will touch this particular column, create date.
When we are creating a new data.
Yes. So in case of insert only, you will populate the data. In case of update only, you will update this data. Okay, update this column. Okay, it will get updated only in case of insert. It will get updated only in case of update. Okay, now for the first record, what will happen? It will go ahead and insert the data. Okay, we go ahead and insert the data. So here, what you have to do for the second one, Guy Gilbert. It will come like this, right? Guy Gilbert. And for the first record, it will come as 1. The next, you can copy paste all of this, right?
Yeah.
You can copy paste all of this, and then create date will be May 12, 2023, and then right now 8/21. Okay, this is how it will store the data. Correct. Now what it will do? It will do the same thing for all, right? Because nothing is there in the target.
Yeah.
We'll do the same thing for all. So let's go ahead and get this data. Okay, get this data R2. Reduce the confusion. Let's write as it is so that it will be easy for us. Okay. We need not to do some modifications here. So it will be insert only, update only, it will come here. And then we can directly copy paste whatever is there here. Okay. So what will be the create date for all? It is May 12,
23.
23, 822. Okay. 822. It is the same date for all. And the update date will be
Null.
null, right? It will
Yeah.
be null for all. This is how it will store the data. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead and then do some update to the data. For example, Kelvin Brown is there. Okay. His salary is changed to 1,000. Now, next time when you are loading the data, what it will do?
We only go to update function, update only.
Yeah. So first, are you getting all the data? You will be getting all this data from your source, right? You're getting all this data from source. So what you will do? You will go ahead
to employee ID.
see employee ID 1. First, you will get this record, right? And you will check if employee ID 1 is there in the target. It is there. So what it will do? It will go ahead and
we go to second.
It will go and update it. It will go and update it. Even though there is no change, if we write some logic to identify if there is a change, then it will not do anything. But here what we are doing, in case if it is there, if it is there, we are going ahead and updating it. If it is not there, we are doing an insert. Okay. Here, another variation will be there. In case of update, we'll check if there is actually a change. Okay. There is actually a change. Then only update it. Then only update it. But let's go it in the second step. In the first step, let's do, if it is there, let's go ahead and update it. Okay. So we'll come to know, even though there is no change, we are updating it. That is wrong, right? Because you will end up updating so many records and it will take so much time, right? Updating one record is different, updating hundreds of records is different, right? So now what it will do for the first record, there is no change. So it will go ahead and update it. So your update date will change to 8/24. Okay, 8/24. And for this Kelvin Brown, what is there any change? There is a change in the salary. So it will go and update 200,000 and update date will be
May 12th.
And there is no change in other records, and it will go ahead just update the update date. Okay. So what you are understanding from here, it was created at 8/22 and updated at 8/24. But actually there is no change here. So in those cases, what you need to do, you will skip all these records. You have to skip all these records because there is no change actually in the data. Okay.